In this video, I'm gonna talk about cereal, and I'm gonna just kind of go through the ingredients and we're gonna just break down a cereal. And I'm just looking at this list of cereals now, and one of my favorite cereals was Cookie Crisp. So let's do that. The ingredients label I'm looking at, it says the ingredients in Cookie Crisp are whole grain corn. What is whole grain corn? What's the difference between whole grain corn and corn? Like, I don't know what that means, for one. And two, the fact that over 90, I believe it's somewhere around 95, 97% of all corn grown in the United States is GMO. If the label doesn't say non-GMO corn, then it's likely GMO corn. Then your next ingredient is sugar, cornmeal, canola oil, yellow corn flour, cocoa processed with alkali. What the fuck is alkali? Corn syrup, salt, more sugar, brown sugar syrup. Then you got caramel color, baking soda, and natural flavor. So now, just look at this. Would you ever just eat whole grain corn? Like, this is not, you gotta, like, remember, this is all processed. So when it says whole grain corn, it's not like it's talking about like actual corn kernels that are still on the cob or that was just plucked from the cob. It's probably been dried out and then ground up into a powder. Would you eat that? Sugar. Sugar's good, right? This, which is totally unnatural, another processed ingredient. But would you buy a bag of sugar and get a spoon and just sit up and just eat sugar? No, you wouldn't do that. Or correct me if I'm wrong. Cornmeal, like, what the fuck is that? We're going to get into some of these ingredients and just break down what they really are. Because there's nothing on here that I know what it is. Canola oil, would you drink canola oil? Yellow corn flour, would you eat that? Would you take a bag of yellow corn flour, take you a spoon, and just... No, you wouldn't. Would you feed yellow corn flour to your kids? Would you feed canola oil to your kids? Would you feed sugar to your kids? Would you feed cornmeal to your kids? Would you feed this cocoa processed with alkali to your kids? No, you wouldn't. Then you have corn syrup. Would you drink corn syrup? Would you give corn syrup to your kids? No. You understand? Like, you would never give these things to your kids to eat. Like, separately, individually. And you got salt. Salt is pretty addictive. Would you just sit up and eat salt? I've done it before. So, I'm just saying though. Would you shake that salt and just eat salt? Just as a meal? Nah. Would you feed salt to your kids as a meal? Nah, you wouldn't do that. Brown sugar syrup, again, like caramel colored, baking soda, natural. None of these things in this ingredients list would you eat yourself individually, nor feed to your child or children individually. You would never do that. So then why is it okay to eat these things when they're mixed together? Like, if you wouldn't eat it alone, why is it okay to eat it when it's mixed with something else? It's something to think about. Okay, so I'm only gonna, do a few of these because there's just too many to do. So I'm gonna do the ones that I have no idea what they are. So the first one of those was the cocoa process with alkali. Cocoa processed with alkali is generally not as healthy as natural cocoa because the process reduces its antioxidant content. particularly flavonols or flavonols. So the purpose, to make cocoa powder less bitter and darker in color. Common alkaline agents used in the process include 1, potassium carbonate, 2, sodium carbonate, and 3, sodium bicarbonate. Would you eat any of that? Would you eat potassium carbonate? See, you don't even know what that is. Shit, I don't either. Would you eat sodium bicarbonate? Honey, you want some sodium bicarbonate for dinner? Would you eat sodium carbonate? You see, you understand what I'm saying? If you wouldn't eat the shit by itself, why is it okay to eat it when it's mixed with other things that you wouldn't eat by themselves? If I was just researching this, I would dig a lot deeper. I would look at what's potassium carbonate, what's sodium. I think the sodium bicarbonate, I believe that's baking soda. But what's the sodium carbonate? Like, I would dig a lot deeper into this. This alkalized cocoa adds additional ingredients. It's more shit that you would never eat and you would never feed to your kids. But you're doing just that. When they mix all it, it's just something I can't wrap my mind around. It's like you wouldn't eat this shit by itself. So why would you eat it when it's mixed with a bunch of other shit that you wouldn't eat? Okay, so what the fuck is brown sugar syrup? Commercially, brown sugar syrup is typically made by dissolving brown sugar, which is refined white sugar with molasses added. So that's all brown sugar is. It's refined white sugar with molasses added. And so they dissolve that in water and heat it to create a syrup. What is caramel color? Caramel color is a widely used food coloring produced by heating sugar compounds such as corn syrup and sometimes adding rectants like acids, alkalis, or salts, resulting in a brown hue, and is classified into 4 classes based on the rectants used. Now, if I was digging into this, first thing I would do is look up a rectant. Like, what the fuck is a rectant? Here's the 4 classes of caramel or caramel coloring. Class 1 is plain caramel, which is not a real thing. Also known as spirit caramel. Spirit caramel. I wouldn't eat that just based on the name, because alcohol is also called spirits. Class 2, sulfite caramel. I have no idea what that means. Class 3, ammonia caramel. Also known as baker's or confectioner's caramel. Ammonia caramel. And then class 4, sulfite ammonia caramel. So this caramel coloring is one of these 4 classes. Would you eat caramel coloring? Would you feed it to your children for dinner, for breakfast, for lunch, for a snack? You never would. You would never eat it. You would never feed it to your children. So again, why is it okay to eat it when you mix it with a bunch of other shit that you wouldn't eat? And then the last one I'm going to do is natural flavoring. Natural flavors on a food label can be misleading, as they might contain a complex blend of ingredients, including extracts, oils, essences, and other substances, some of which may be processed or synthetic. And the FDA doesn't require full disclosure of these components. That's why you could just read natural flavor and that's all it say. They don't tell you shit. What the fuck does other substances mean? Oils? We're not supposed to eat oil. Oil is not food. What the fuck are essences? Natural flavor mixtures can contain more than 100 chemicals, including solvents, emulsifiers, flavor enhancers, and preservatives. So, of course, we could go a lot deeper, but do we even need to? The point is, if you wouldn't eat it by itself, why is it okay to eat it when you mix it with a bunch of other things that you wouldn't eat by themselves? And if you wouldn't feed it to your child, then why is it okay to mix it with a bunch of other shit that you wouldn't feed to your child and then feed it to your child? And now you're going from one thing that you wouldn't eat or feed to your child to maybe 25 things that you wouldn't eat or feed to your child. Like, everything in you is telling you, don't eat that. It's impossible for you to go against it. Like with flour. You don't need to speak to a nutritionist to tell you not to eat flour. You don't need to study or research. You don't need to be inspired or motivated or encouraged not to eat flour. Everything in you, it's a no-brainer. There's none even to talk about. It's not even a consideration. It's not even a thought on your mind to not eat flour. There's no temptation. There's there's nothing. And the same as with corn oil and cornmeal and cornstarch and all these other different things. But when you mix them all together, put a little sugar in there, put a little salt in there, put a little artificial colors in there to change the color, now you can't stop eating it. Now you're eating the very thing that previously it was impossible for you to eat. It wasn't even a consideration. And you're feeding it to your children. Talking about, it's so delicious. The sorcery is real. But that's all, y'all. I'm about to wrap up. If you would like to see me do another video like this where I just kind of get into the ingredients and, break them down a little bit, and let me know. And let me know of what, what product you would like to see a video about. I may do it. No promises. Or if you would like to see a video on any other content, let me know. I may do it. No promises. One way you could get in touch with me and stay in touch with me pretty easy, generally speaking, is to get on my email list. Then you can email me and I'll see your email and I can respond to you. And on that note, I'm out of here. I'll talk to y'all soon.
I'm on the way up. 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 Been a long time coming, but I'm on the way up. Been a long time coming, but I'm on the way up.